Good morning. It is 4:30 in Japan, July 4th. Time for number 5 in my book reviews. Going to do 4 books picked out by my son and brought along for our trip, starting with Thor, the Dark World. I'm excited. Who doesn't love Thor? Big hammer, completely realistic. I think, is this the second movie in a book? Yep. It is. I thought that movie had potential that wasn't lived up to, so it's going to be hard to think of this book independent of the movie. 2013. I mean, I think Dark Thor would be a better title. Thor, the Dark World just doesn't do it for me. Dark Thor. Prologue. Bam! The black and white soccer ball. Oh, okay. No. Skipping the prologue. Don't care about a soccer ball. In the far reaches of space. Really? In the far reaches of space. It's kind of fun. A classic cliche beginning. Light years from Earth. Well, okay, it would have to be light years from Earth. And the Milky Way. And the Milky Way galaxy? A dark planet rotated in silence. Light years away from... Well, it's for kids. So, illuminated only by the sparkling stars that surround it. Well, that's quite far away. It is now burned out, dark and hostile world. So it just doesn't have a sun? As if by magic, or perhaps science. You know, this is kind of fun writing. I gotta admit, this is a bit of a page turner. Color me surprised. I found myself sucked in, even though I was kind of making fun of it. Say chapter 2. Beautiful golden sunlight shine down through the lush, vibrant forest. Unlike... I'm definitely being colored by my knowledge of the movies and my love of Norse mythology, and I even enjoyed the Marvel twist on it from the comic books, maybe more than from the movies. A bit too much info dump going on and on. Where's the immersion? It's going to go from the Warriors 3 point of view. It's going to be head hopping a bit. You know, for a kid's book, it's not bad. It's got pictures from the movie. I'm going to give this one a rare, very rare thumbs up. But as a kid's book, I'm not going to read this. But for my son, I give it a light thumbs up, a casual thumbs. Oh, good God. Judy Blume. What the hell is this, a sentence? Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. This inside, it's waking me up in ways that I don't want to be awakened. It's so bright and happy. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. A whole sentence with the period, punctuation, the whole bit. From 1970 to my mother. This is really trying to pull my heartstrings. A little epigraph to start things off. Let's skip that. We moved on the Tuesday before Labor Day. I knew what the weather was like the second I got up. Okay. Chapter 2. We hadn't been in the new house, more than an hour when the doorbell rang. I answered. Okay? Doorbell rings. I answer. You can skip the I answered. You can just go, we hadn't been in the new house more than an hour when the doorbell rang. it was this girl in a bathing suit. And then describe how this girl looks, and it's clear that the main character is the one answering. You don't have to tell and declare, oh, the doorbell rings, and then I answer. We're immersed in that character's perspective. So just start describing what you see through her eyes, and the context will make it clear that the main character answered. I followed her into the foyer. Foyer, what a dumb word. French. Ugh. Dumb in the sense of ends in an R, but it's a struggle to remember that it's silent. All these silent letters. I feel like smartphones are going to expunge all these outlier words. We're just going to have everything be emoji simplified. All books will be written in smartphone lingo. It'll be a better world, really. Just embrace it. If they can do it for Hamlet, they can do it for Are You There, God? It's me, Margaret. There's a book series on Shakespeare where it's all done in text lingo. It's frightfully good. Yeah, then muttered. It's the thing about children's books. Is it a children's book? I'll say it's a children's book. And I guess romance novels, for dialogue tags, they always have to have muttered, and instead of, well, this one's not too bad. Instead of the basic dialogue tags of said, which is preferred. Shut up, animal, with the exclamation point. Nancy yelled. Well, I know she yelled because there's an exclamation point. You don't have to say yelled. It's extra emphasis. So it's here's an example of writing I don't love. Shut up, animal, Nancy yelled. Then she turned to me. I'm sorry. You could combine that. Whoops. Sliding off my lap. Because there's a lack of tables and chairs in Japan. I have some guesses as to why, but we won't go there. I want to respect the culture of no tables and chairs or trash cans. I think that's a reaction to some terrorism thing. The trash cans, not the tables and chairs. I think the tables and chairs will just allude to something to do with bathrooms. Let's just leave it at that. And how we used to squat around campfires. Oh, my back. A lot of sniffing under arms in this book. It's kind of a weird thing. I have the sense, given that the author's name is bigger than the title, this is a classic and this is a famous author. I don't see why. Maybe in 1970 this was good, but pass. Crispin, at the edge of the world. Avi? Is that just the title of the author's name? Just 3 letters? Alright. 13 years old. Must be another classic. Ish. Right. It's a sequel. The cover's not bad. Series. Ooh. Story dated 1377. A Viking story, perhaps? Is this from a comic strip? I feel like there's a comic strip. This seems vaguely familiar, this name. It was a June morning. Do they even have June back in 1377? It was a June morning when Bear and I passed beyond Great Wexley's walls and left the crowded and treacherous city behind. Not bad. The June, you don't need to repeat. You can say the summer sun was warm. June, repeating June, I already know it's June. Sky above as blue as my blessed lady's spotless robe. Our triumphant sense of liberty kept me giddy with this bit wordy here. Hardly able to... My name is Crispin. That's a top of the world Titanic movie moment. I carried Bear's sack little more than blah, 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 blah. Let's check chapter 2. His cry startled me and make Bear blink open his eyes. We thought you were dead, said the man to Bear. It was as much an accusation as a statement. Don't love that bit. The man considered me with harsh contempt. Oh, you're sliding away again, before turning back to Bear. All right. I don't believe you, said the man. That's as you may. I don't love the dialogue. Hardly a wonder then. Yeah, that's it. Strike 3, strike 4, strike 10. You know, I like that there's, I followed. I like the setting. The writing's just not up to par for me. It's a kid's book, though. So, standards are low. Not good enough for me. Not good enough for a recommendation to my son, but what else does he have to read here? Finally, The Serpent's Shadow. Hardback. Exciting. You could make use of this. Oh, and a famous author with the name smaller than the title. That gives my stamp of approval. Let's fix that. Is there a prologue? There is a warning. It's kind of an interesting warning, but we'll skip that. We crash and burn a party. No prologue, straight into it. Okay, so it's this a narrative. Sadie Kane here. If you're listening to this, congratulations. You survived Doomsday. All right. I approve of this opening. As a kid. If I was a kid. Let's skip ahead to chapter 2 and judge it from there. After things get sucked in. This might be a very rare double thumbs up. I have a word with chaos. Title of chapter 2. I have a word with chaos. Would you be surprised to learn that things went badly from there? I didn't think so. I don't love the foretelling start. Our first casualties were Felix's penguins. Okay, it's starting to lose me. Just skip to chapter 3. Then I promptly collapsed. Not a great line. Don't leave. I grasped his hand and held it against my cheek. The warmth spread throughout my body. Anubis faded away. My eyes flew open. Don't leave. Oh, is it dream sequence? Some kind of... Chapter 3. On that happy note, Sadie hands me the microphone. Thanks a lot, sis. I wish I could tell you that Sadie was wrong about the 51st gnome. I'd love to say we all found the Texas magician safe and sound. We didn't. We found nothing. So it's all foretelling. Not doing it for me. Sorry, Mr. Famous Children's Writer. Pass on your writing style. That's it. 4 books. 4 books. I will probably not do another one until I get back to America. Unless I find some Japanese books to review. That would be interesting. For someone. Probably no one. But maybe for someone. On that note, I leave you to your American holiday, such as it is. I hear things are quite exciting in my hometown city of Portland. I will let you enjoy the news there, and I'll enjoy my peaceful reverie here.